let's get right into this review for Wicked. So Wicked is directed by John M. Chu, and a notable film he previously directed was Crazy Rich Asians. Just to note, this film is part 1 of 2 for this new iteration of Wicked, so expect part 2 to come out eventually. This film stars Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, and I thought they nailed the respective roles within their characters here as Elphaba and Glinda. The pair had awesome chemistry together, many musical moments to showcase their amazing voices, and some properly done emotional sequences to highlight their acting chops. And the rest of the cast members also fulfilled their duties here well and excelled in creating more immersion within this fantastical world, so absolutely no problems with the casting here. As for the story, this did originate from a pretty classic beloved Broadway tale, and there really wasn't much for them to go wrong with here, as the incredible team behind this film seemed to have understood the assignment through and through. They didn't try to derail from the original story, but more so added to the in-between pivotal plot moments that seemed to work in favor of this classic story rather than deviate or hurt this tale by going in a different direction. I will say though, some segments did drag on longer than it needed to, and I felt myself feeling bored at times, but the overall pacing of this story here was good enough. I think the wonderful creative execution and beautiful visual representation of this story throughout this 2-hour and 40-minute runtime helped to alleviate some of that boredom I felt in Acts 2 when dialogues and segments did drag out longer than it needed to. But yeah, generally speaking, everything here about the fantasy world building, the musical scores, the core themes that are tackled in this story holds up incredibly well in this day and age still. Some of the more potent themes that are tackled here in this film are about understanding the true value in real friendships, finding your own place in the world, or even discovering more self-appreciation and love for yourself. It's a timeless story that many people will come to appreciate over and over again. So if you were already anticipating this film, I don't see how most people going to their screening will walk out feeling disappointed by the end. My final score for Wicked is 9 out of 10. This was a fun night out at the theaters, definitely a worthy addition to the musical genre among the other cinematic experiences out there. My screening for this film was jam-packed. People applauded after some popular musical segments, people applauded again after credits rolled. People were having a really good time, and by the end of the screening, I completely understood that sentiment, and I was in the same boat. It's a film that appreciates the original and does everything it possibly can to enhance that experience in the cinematic format. There's a lot of heart and soul that went into this project, and the effort truly shows. The dance choreography, the acting, the costume and makeup, the great cinematography, and the fantastic CGI with all the little details left in between makes this a cinematic experience that old and new fans will come to appreciate for years to come. Thanks for checking this review out. I appreciate you all for tuning in up until this point, and if you enjoyed this review, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I shall see you again on my next upload. Until then, peace.